have to table it.
All right, next week.
Offline.
Next week, come back and you'll hear our tagline.
Yeah, if you have suggestions, you can drop them in the box.
Okay.
The box is in Twitter, TikTok.
Well, you can post a comment on our Spotify, I believe. As well,
or Spotify.
On the episode comment.
Yeah, just
section.
comment
I think that's possible.
I think it is too. Because you can like them, follow them, and then you just have to.
There's a poll on each episode that says, "What did you think of this episode?" And you can put your comment in there.
Oh, so put your comment in there.
Yeah.
Your tagline comment.
Yeah, the tagline
in there. Yeah, there it is. So we'll see what's in the box.
Okay.
Come up with the best one.
Yeah.
Might not use any of them, so we'll wait and see.
But we may use them.
No, if they're good.
Yeah,
don't. They have to be good. They have to be good.
Okay. All right. That's enough of that. Chitter chatter.
College football. We'll start with that. Last week, not a lot happening. Georgia losing. Obviously, they looked horrible to Ole Miss.
Well, Georgia and Miami losing are the big story.
Oh, Miami. Holy moly, Chris. Does that shake it up or what?
I mean, they had a chance to win at the end. They've done this before.
They've done it like 3 times.
Where they've played terribly, and they get down to the end. They try and make a comeback. There just wasn't enough time this week.
Yeah. Georgia Tech.
What are you going to do?
Former ranked Georgia Tech. Yeah, played very well. That still is surprising me, though.
I'm shocked they aren't ranked.
Georgia Tech?
Yeah, after that win.
They're not even in the potentials.
I know. That's what's shocking. Maybe we're too far into the season for that to happen.
Yeah, it's always, I feel like it's the same teams that kind of go in and out. And there's not many teams that go out. They just go way down. Like LSU losing to Alabama, brutal loss. They went down, now they're 22nd. They're basically out. It's just tough. Tough. But a lot of good teams still out there. I mean, the hard part is, it's just like you said. I mean, now this is big time shakeup though, because now if Georgia loses again or somebody loses again, they're out of the top 12. Because Boise State's at 13, but if Boise State continues to win, that's a spot in the playoff. So now you're fighting for 11 more spots, 4 of which are taken up by the conferences. So you're technically fighting for 4 minus, what is that, 7? 12 minus 5? 7.
Yeah.
Yep. If you carry the 1. Yep, 7.
Okay.
Yep, so 7 more spots. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's coming down the wire. Indiana, undefeated. That's a Big Ten school.
They still are.
We got 4 Big Ten teams in the top 6.
One of 2 10-0 teams.
Actually, we only have 4 Big Ten teams in the whole top 25.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, top heavy. That's okay.
The new college football playoff rankings projections are going to be coming out in approximately 7 minutes of real time.
7 minutes of real time?
Well, 7 minutes of, I should say, 7 minutes of game time. They get announced between games.
Of this? Wait, what day are we talking
This game and the next game.
Oh, okay.
Like today when we're recording.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll drop it to them live? Potentially.
Potentially.
Because there's only 3 more weeks, and then you got... Or is there... How many weeks of football are there? It's a very dumb question. I think there's 3...
Of college football?
Is there 3?
There's 4.
4, and then... But isn't this last one... This last one is the championships.
4 including the championship week.
Okay. So 3 more conference games, and then...
Yes.
So, yeah, there it is. We'll see what happens. A lot of games. Last week of the year is always rivalry week, so that'll be exciting. But...
Yep, the weekend of Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But a few good games this week. You got Georgia playing Tennessee. SEC battle. Both teams need a win. Continue to win. Georgia definitely needs a win. Tennessee definitely would help their cause if they won. Quarterback's a little beat up, but he'll play. The BYU boys.
If Tennessee loses, do they bump out?
Where are they ranked right now?
7.
Yeah, out of the top 12?
One conference loss.
And then they'll lose to, you say if they lose to Georgia?
Yeah. They have like 2 conference losses.
Oh, that's tough. Because they have good wins. Alabama, Oklahoma when they were ranked. NC State when they were ranked. They're 8-1 in the overall. I still think there's a chance that they make it. I don't think they drop out of the top 12. If they lose.
You don't think?
No.
Did they They played Alabama, didn't
They beat Alabama. That was their big win.
Okay.
Then they lost to Arkansas and they lost to potentially Georgia if this week they lose.
Okay.
So, yeah. I don't know. It's very interesting. Also, last week BYU had kind of a very interesting game. Also at the same time, I don't know if you saw it. They were playing Utah, and at the last second of the play, BYU just chucked it up, and then there was a random holding call that got thrown in like 3 seconds after the play was over.
Yep.
I've never seen this, an athletic director come to the post-game interviews and basically just rip the whole conference.
Really?
He ripped the whole conference. He was like,
So
we were
what?
excited to join the Big 12. This needs to be investigated. We got this stolen. There's no one else that can tell me not. We really need to get this worked out, yada, yada, yada. And then he just proceeded to walk away. Didn't even say anything, just walked away.
Wow.
Which, I understand the frustration, so there you go. They also have a tough matchup. BYU now, they have a tough matchup this week. They play Kansas, who just smoked Iowa State.
Yeah.
Which was at a neutral field, at the Chiefs field.
At the Chiefs field.
But still, Kansas looked very good. So I think their BYU is only 3.5-point favorites, which is kind of crazy.
Against Kansas?
Against Kansas,
At
yeah.
home? Or?
It's I believe they're at home.
Okay.
Versus Kansas at 9:15.
PM?
Yeah, because it's in Utah. That must be home. That must be their home field. It's kind of a sick field. Cool.
Okay.
So yeah, there you go. Big game matchup. Then you also have a big ACC game, the last one that we'll talk about. Pitt versus Clemson, with Miami losing.
The door's open a little bit.
I guess the door does open. Pitt had a terrible loss. What was it? To SMU.
They
2 weeks
got
ago.
Smashed.
Yeah. So SMU, the fake SMU, is actually looking decent right now.
Yeah, they are.
They don't really play anyone. Boston College. Granted, Boston College was ranked at one point. Not great. They should win. Virginia. Not great. Cal, good defense, not great.
Mm-hmm.
So, SMU sitting at the top, 5-0 in the conference.
This Clemson, I mean, if they win this one, they're probably just knocking on the door to get into the ACC championship game.
Yep. So, we'll see what happens. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I know we've talked about this every week about how many teams are going to make. Like, we think a lot of, obviously, Big Ten teams and SEC teams, but potentially 2 ACC teams. Because you have Miami, who people have loved.
Yep.
If Clemson wins, SMU wins, you go to the championship, and they play each other. Does that kick Miami then out?
Possible.
Dang.
They're in a favorable spot.
Yeah. They kind of control their own destiny, some would say.
Oh, yeah. Some would say that. I would say most should say that.
Yeah. Say people that know ball
Okay.
would say that.
Okay.
So, there you go. That's all I got for college football.
All right.
Gophers, bad loss. We're not talking about it.
We're sticking with the college theme.
Can go college basketball. Hoops.
Yep.
Big time hoops has started. Kind of off to a interesting and exciting start of the year.
In what way?
A few upsets here and there. You got, Kansas played UNC the night of when we were recording this last time, Tuesday, I believe. Was that Tuesday?
No.
Were we watching that?
I think that was on Friday.
Is that Friday?
Yeah.
Oh. Close game. Kansas obviously looked very good. Kansas to start the year played them, and then also now currently, as of Tuesday, is playing Michigan State.
Yeah, which they always do.
Which, yeah, they do in that. But I'm saying that's a decent
Classic.
decent hard start to the year, which is good.
For perennial Blue Bloods.
Yeah. How many Blue Bloods are there?
5, I think.
Is UConn one now?
No.
They're still not. Wait, who's the 5th then?
UCLA.
Oh, wow. Can you ever become
Kansas.
not a Blue Blood?
No.
Okay. So once you're in the club, you're in the club.
UCLA, Kansas, Duke,
Man.
North Carolina,
What does UConn have to do?
Kentucky. Those 5?
Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, you can see.
I guess Michigan State's technically out then.
Oh, so you're only. Yeah. Dang.
Is there 5?
We'll Google it.
Yeah, what do people say?
Blue Bloods.
Duke, North Carolina,
College
Kansas,
basketball.
Kentucky. Those 4 are for sure.
Blue Bloods in college basketball.
I don't know if Michigan State is one.
Duke, Kansas, Kentucky, North Carolina,
Indiana.
UCLA, Indiana.
Huh. Okay, Indiana.
I wonder what UConn were sometimes thought of as a blue blood prior to their championship wins in the 2020s. Dang, so they said that delayed entrance by UConn.
But
They don't fit the mold.
Yeah, they don't.
So yeah, there you go. We always forget about Indiana.
Yeah,
Indiana, what some would say is the lost.
that's because their colors are red.
Oh, and when you say blue blood, yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. Okay,
It's condescending.
nice, Chris.
But
So technically, can they be a?
we'll give it to them.
But yeah, so you have those teams. Obviously, big time win Auburn, the boys, upsetting the Cougs.
Wait, which ones are the boys? Because you love Houston, and you just called Auburn your boys.
No, I didn't say my boys. I said the boys.
Oh.
I don't like Auburn. I don't know anything about Auburn. All I know is they don't like each other.
Okay.
I've never heard of a flight getting canceled or turned around because you have two players on the team fighting.
Well, apparently it bonded the team because they won.
Yeah, so I guess that's what you need. So if your team is struggling, you're going on a road trip, start a little tussle.
I mean,
Probably not the right thing to do. Probably should figure out a different way, but
yeah, in the plane, bad enough to make the plane turn around, and then they go on and win. That's the craziest part.
go on and upset. It wasn't like they were going to play the Sisters of the Poor.
Right? No, they were playing
Houston.
what the number 14 in the country.
Yeah, at the time. Now now number 10.
8.
What are we using? Coaches
AP.
or AP?
AP.
So now
AP is the official poll.
Oh, the coaches polls
In
out.
football,
We use.
we prefer to use the coaches poll.
Got it. So we're flipping back and
Because the
forth.
coaches actually know what they're talking about. AP is just a bunch of nonsense writers.
So now the AP is
If we're talking official rankings, that's
Yeah.
always going to be the AP
for college basketball.
for all of them.
Wait. I thought we just said we did the coaches poll for football.
Yeah, we did because the AP is made up of a bunch of writers who don't know anything about sports.
Okay, so for college football, we're taking the coaches poll.
We were using the coaches poll.
Got
yeah.
it. And now we're taking, so for college basketball,
Official
is the AP.
rankings is the AP for
got it.
basketball and football.
But we're taking the coaches for football.
For football, yeah.
Got it.
I don't know. Maybe we'll just have to see.
That's crazy.
We'll see. We'll have to see how it goes at the beginning of the year for college basketball and see if we want to take the coaches or the AP.
Yeah, we'll be watching.
I mean, the coaches obviously who votes for those.
The coaches,
Nice. Okay. And then AP.
I would assume is the writers.
Yeah.
So Associated
Media.
Press. Yeah.
Yep.
So, okay. Don't you think it's the? Do you think it's the same writers for college football and basketball?
It's a good question. I don't know.
If it is, we didn't mean to slander you.
If it is, do better at football.
No, that's football. So, also Baylor, big time win against Arkansas. College basketball, they're back. Some would say.
It's a
Kind
good
of.
thing.
Yeah, they needed
Slow
to. Could go
start.
0-2 to start the year. Your boys, I will say this is your boys. UCLA not ranked anymore.
It's okay.
Upset to, who was it, New Mexico?
They lost.
Yes. Ugh.
It's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
You hate to see it. Thought we were going to have a bounce back here, but
It's early.
early. Better lose early than late.
Rather lose now than in the Big Ten.
Yeah. No. I don't. Is the Big Ten very strong basketball?
Not probably
Purdue,
this year.
Indiana.
Well, we've got the Big Ten SEC challenge going on here pretty soon.
Yeah. What is that this weekend?
Starts on Friday, I think.
Okay.
Purdue plays Alabama on Friday. So that's a big time game.
Yeah, that is a big time game. Then they go to play at Marquette. Dang, they got two tough games.
Against Purdue.
Yeah, Purdue.
Well, there's other good games. Wisconsin plays Arizona.
Wait, so
Friday.
not all the teams participate in this.
Right, because Arizona's not in the SEC, so that one doesn't really make sense. But they
So is it only like the top teams? Because like Illinois plays. Wait.
Ohio State plays Texas A&M.
So there's only a handful of teams that are participating.
It spreads out, so it's not just Friday.
Oh.
Arizona's playing Wisconsin. That should be a good game. Alabama played Purdue.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying, because you look at this, so like,
South Carolina and Indiana, that's SEC and Big Ten.
so Illinois plays Alabama, but not till the 20th. Is that still part of the same thing?
Can't be because.
So that's what I'm saying. So Illinois is not part of it.
Teams only get one
weekend,
one game in it.
Interesting. So there are only a handful of teams that participate. Huh.
Let's see here. TCU and Michigan. Is TCU in the SEC? No.
No, they're in the Big 12.
Virginia Tech? No.
Washington State, no. So there's Texas A&M versus Ohio State, wasn't it?
Yep.
That's the SEC.
That's none on Saturday.
Interesting. Yeah, so we'll see how we fare. I mean, there's really not that many
None
teams
on
that are doing
Sunday.
it. Yeah. Interesting.
Monday? No. Maybe this is a showcase. I don't know. I don't see any other ones.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll see how we fare. Obviously, two big conferences, but I mean, the Big Ten has what? 2, 4,
16?
6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19?
19 teams, huh?
Yeah.
Okay,
That
then.
seems like a lot. So, yeah, no divisions anymore, so we'll see. How do you think the Gophers are going to do? What do we think here?
I'm thinking total wins.
Yeah, we'll go total over-unders. They're already 2-0, so we'll give you that. We're going to have more than 2 this year.
It's good to know.
Yep.
Let me
Like
see.
3, 4, 5, 6, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So about 30 games.
Okay. I think they'll go. I think they'll go 17 and 13.
17, 13. Okay.
Yep.
Is that middle? That's got to be middle of the pack. Right?
Middle of the pack. Yep.
How much did we win last year?
It's a good
Oh,
question.
that's not the Gophers. That's Purdue. Why is Purdue in there? Yeah, I would say probably 17. I would say.
What's
I would
your
say
guess?
my
Are you
guess
gonna
is going to
have a
be. Let's look at their schedule. I'm going to say 19 games.
guess? So last year the Gophers were 19 and 15.
I'm going to say 19. Oh, dang, that's 34 games.
Yes.
I'm going to say 19. I'm going to say 19 again.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the first few games should. I mean, granted, we almost lost to Omaha, so not sure. But the first few games should be cakewalks. So we'll see. Big Ten play probably not great.
So we were 18 and 13 going into the conference tournament.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still sticking with 19. You said 17?
I said 17 and
13. So I said
13.
19 and 11. Okay.
Yes. There you go.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. Dawson Garcia, only player. Well, there's a few players returning, but just never will be at the top of the pack. It's too bad. So we'll see.
Why not? No.
That's all I got. College basketball, Chris.
All right, let's move on.
Move on. Which one you want to talk about?
NFL.
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 NFL. NFL. All right. So we're almost to the point. What are we? 10 weeks through?
Yes, we are.
10 weeks through. A lot of
Yeah.
teams obviously
Already 7 games left. 8
moving
games
them.
left.
8 games left. Obviously, a lot of teams are already moving themselves into the playoff contentions. We talked about that last week. But what's crazy is, so you have, in breaking news, the Bears fired their offensive coordinator.
Yep. Scapegoat.
Scapegoat because Caleb Williams, I don't think, is the player they thought he would be right away. Not saying he won't be, but I always think it's very interesting when the coaches obviously are the first ones to go all the time.
I mean, somebody has to be.
You're right, and you obviously put a lot of time and effort into Caleb Williams, but it's just, what I think is crazy is I think that whole, you watch them play, none of the players are in sync. Like, I think the hard part is, and we've talked about this in previous episodes, running around with the football with your head cut off and then throwing it up does not work in the NFL.
Correct.
It worked in college because you were just more athletic than most players and better, but you look at these quarterbacks the rookie quarterbacks, I mean, you'd almost say that Caleb Williams is in the bottom tier of the rookie quarterbacks.
He's not at the top tier.
Yeah, I would actually almost say, who are the rookie quarterbacks? You got Drake May. You got, who's the next one? You got Bo Nix.
Drake May, Bo
Jaden
Nix,
Daniels.
Jaden Daniels are the top 3.
Yeah, I actually low-key would say Caleb Williams is almost at the bottom of that.
Yeah.
For having the weapons that he has and the players and the team that he has, and that defense is very good, I would say Caleb Williams is 4 out of 4. So, 4 out of 4 is not good. You don't want to be 4 out of 4. Because obviously Jaden Daniels is number 1. There's no question about that.
Obviously, because he was also the number 1 pick. So, that looms.
Who was?
Caleb Williams.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Yeah.
You're saying that he's 4 out of 4.
Yeah.
And he was the number 1 pick, which is never good when you start at number 1 and then you go down to
right. When you're lower than your
4.
pick, yeah. Because Jaden Daniels, number 2 overall pick, which I think looking at it now has pretty much brought Washington back to life.
Yep.
They're very good. I don't know if you saw this Chiefs game, blocked a field goal to win the game.
Did see that.
There's a clip going around the internet
Okay.
that is obviously causing stir because it's the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Of Patrick Mahomes saying to the referees, "Hey, can you please let me know if there's a person that's going to hit me when I'm close to out of bounds?" To the referee. He said to the referee, it's caught on a hot mic.
Okay.
Do you think that's just like a, hey, this guy was playing around, or do you think he's actually like, hey, I need you to let me know? Like, is that serious, or do you think it happens all the time? Like, where players
happens more often than you think.
Yeah, with quarterbacks.
Sure.
Yeah, when they're close out of
It's
bounds,
like
they're like,
it's
hey,
like
can
the
you...
conversations that the catcher has with the ump right behind him.
What are those?
I don't know. I was never a catcher, but my perception is that the catcher's always kind of sweetening up the ump.
Yeah, I think it's different in the NFL though because, well, I think the hard part is it's one of those things also though. You've seen Patrick Mahomes many times go to the sideline and not go out of bounds until like the last possible second. So it's like, is he using that as an advantage?
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
But if he's able to do it, you would think that the rest of the world would be able to, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's just hard when they're the Chiefs and now they're 9-0. I mean, here's a question for you.
They just keep winning.
Well, they just keep finding, I mean, I don't want to say finding ways to win, but they do.
But you can say that.
Yeah. And they haven't even had a great season, but I think that's the crazy part too. We've talked about MVP races. Patrick Mahomes is like one of the top ranked guys for MVP, and I feel like this is a considered down year for him.
Right.
So it's just crazy, and you don't even have Pacheco running back. He's been hurt all year.
Do you think that he should be that high in the MVP rankings?
No, not at all.
No.
I actually don't even think, this might sound horrible, I don't even think he should be considered. I'm sorry.
So who's in between for you?
I think Lamar Jackson is easily up there.
Yep.
And then I think you could potentially say Josh Allen.
Okay.
Who am I missing here? It's obviously a quarterback thing. Who am I missing? I don't want to say Jalen Hurts. I'm not saying that guy. I don't like him.
Okay.
I know he's your guy, but I don't like him.
He heard you.
He did.
Based off of what's going to happen to you this week.
Here we go. Potentially.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. Am I missing an obvious quarterback? Like, I don't think Jaden Daniels. Joe Burrow, I mean, it's crazy to say this, but if Baker Mayfield would have been having the season he has, if his receivers would have stayed healthy, I just don't see how Patrick Mahomes
He ain't getting in the MVP conversation, dude.
Baker Mayfield?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's Baker Mayfield.
What does that mean? That just shows how skewed the thing is.
Yeah, that's part of it.
That's stupid.
You can't compare him to Patrick Mahomes.
I think he's better.
Baker?
This year, I think he's better. Yes, 100%.
Yeah, but he would never go higher than Mahomes in the odds.
No, I agree. But what I'm saying is, so it's essentially like the same thing as like NBA All-Star voting. The same players are always going to make it because it's just a skewed thing. That's
Pretty
stupid.
much. Yeah.
Like, let's make it fair. Let's make all these people have the same odds.
Fortunately, not quite how it works.
It's dumb. So it's a waste of an award.
What?
Stupid. He has 12 touchdowns,
Mahomes?
and 9 interceptions.
Yeah, it's not that good. I agree.
I would say it's Lamar Jackson's probably deserving of it.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
For leading that team. And
Lamar is
rushing aspect.
definitely the top candidate currently.
Yeah, it's got to be Lamar and Josh Allen.
Yep.
So
Lamar, Josh Allen. The other tough part is you can't do anybody really for the 49ers because they've been sucking. You can't do anything for anybody for the Lions because you'd probably be Jared Goff, but he doesn't have that good of stats. He just hands it off. So, makes it tough.
Kyler Murray. Nah.
I don't think he has the stats.
I don't think he has the stats either, yeah. Yeah, that is true. It's tough when it's a quarterback award and there's only a handful of quarterbacks. I mean, Joe Burrow probably could have been up there, but he's not very good. I mean, they're not playing very well, so it's...
they have not a lot of wins.
So,
okay.
Yeah, we'll see. Tough award. CMC back.
Yep.
Automatically becomes the best player on the field, automatically.
Yeah, he does do that. He does have that tendency.
They did squeak out a tough one, though, against the Buccaneers. I will say, they just don't look
49ers
as dominant.
No.
And I mean, and here's the thing is, like, Ayuk is a good wide receiver, but, like, I don't think you're losing a ton. I mean, you have good weapons. It's just, and maybe CMC first game back, obviously not on a pitch count because he played literally every snap.
So, I think he was like 80-something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Jordan Mason had 1 carry.
Yep.
5 yards, so.
Oofta. Now, what you like to see for your squad?
Well, he's on the bench. He's about to be on the free agent wire if anybody wants him. But you'll already be behind when you watch this.
Yeah, if you listen to this and you're realize
behind.
He's been on there for...
You'll have to actually scroll down a ways because he's only projected like 1 point. So scroll down if you want him. Take a flyer. Sure.
Okay. Good to know.
Do you think do you think he is one of the players who, would you say fantasy-wise now?
Who is the only reason why you have a couple wins?
No, he's not at all.
Okay.
Are you salty because we're in the same position? You're actually lower than me. Are you salty because you lost to Lesh?
Yeah, probably.
And Pat?
Yeah.
So, shout out to you guys for beating Chris. I guess that meant a lot. Would you say he is one of the biggest, I guess you could say, pickup, quote unquote, in fantasy wise? Like people who didn't draft him because obviously he wasn't drafted.
This year? Oh, yeah.
Would you say it's him? I saw this tweet. I can't even think about it now. There's a few guys, but he has to be up there.
I mean, last year it was Puka.
Yeah, Puka.
This year it's Jordan Mason.
Yeah.
And probably Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, I just don't think Kareem Hunt's played enough.
He's played the last 6 games and he's been dominating.
I won't say dominating, but yeah, he's been good. Dominating. He hasn't been a top 10 running back all 6 weeks. Kareem Hunt, the same Kareem Hunt.
Look at his stats.
What is he ranked? He's ranked 28. 17, 18, 13, 22 in the last 4 games.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
That's decent. I wouldn't say dominating. That's not a top 5 or anything.
I mean...
That's dominating. When you say dominating, that means he's the best. He's dominating. That's
say,
good.
I would say he's been dominating. He wasn't even on a team at the beginning of the year.
No, I get that. What I'm saying is he probably should have been on a team then. But what I'm saying is dominating, he's not the best. I mean, he's been very good. Yes, he's been a great pickup. But I wouldn't say he's been dominating.
Okay.
We'll see how he finishes. Do you think so right now he's position number 28. Do you think he finishes in the top 15?
No.
No. Well,
Pacheco's coming back.
No, not really. They don't have a time frame for him yet.
They already opened his...
They opened Jonathan Brooks' window 4 weeks ago, my dad. That don't mean nothing. They opened Christian McCaffrey's a long time ago too.
Yeah, but that's Jonathan Brooks.
I don't think Pacheco's coming back for 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah,
and even then, I think they ease him back into it. And now that you have Kareem Hunt, there's no point in even rushing.
Right.
If you win one more time, they clinch the playoffs.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, bringing Pacheco back, even if he doesn't play for 2 to 3 weeks, which I agree with, he's not going to go from being the 28th best running back to then the 15th best running back.
So top 15?
Yeah, that's not going to happen if they're bringing their starter back.
Let's see something. So he is...
Do it by average.
Well, so here's the thing. So you look at this.
Do it by points
per game. So Kareem Hunt, he'll pass Jordan Mason.
Do it by points per game average. Not ranking based off of total fantasy points.
So he's averaging 16.8.
Yeah, and what number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9.
He's 9. There you go.
What does that mean?
That means he's the 9th best fantasy running back. Points per game.
What are you talking about? The 9th
When
best?
he was down in the 28th spot.
Yeah, but that's skewed. Because these games all count for Jordan Mason at the same time, and he only played 10 minutes. He only played 1 snap.
Kareem Hunt wasn't even on a team at the beginning of the year.
But he only missed 3 weeks, Chris. He played 7 weeks.
Kareem
6
Hunt?
weeks. Yes. Kareem Hunt played 6 weeks.
Right. So if you're comparing 6 weeks compared to 5.
6
weeks. He played 6 weeks.
Correct.
But if you're comparing him to guys that have played 10 weeks, obviously he's going to be below them.
No, he's above them. What do you mean? No, what I'm saying though is it's hard to. He did not play these. This is the hard part about saying average. This doesn't take into account that he left that game, or he left this game, or he didn't play this game, or he didn't play that game. Like he played 1 snap. He got hurt that game right away. He got hurt that game. He got hurt that game. So that's what I'm saying. So it's hard to take the average.
Sounds like he's getting hurt way too much.
100%. But you can't determine that. That's why I'm saying the average thing is in. But I'm also saying, so if he's averaging the same amount as Pacheco, it will be interesting to know when they bring back Pacheco. Like if you're going to ease him back into it, or are you just going to say, hey,
3 weeks.
Play full time, you think? Or you think they'll go 50-50?
I mean, they'll ease him back in.
I mean, they play some dog water teams coming up, too. I mean, they have to win literally 2 more games and they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, but they want the number 1 seed.
What are they at, 9-0 right now?
They're 9-0. Yeah.
I mean, if they beat the Bills, they can probably take a few weeks off.
Bills are up there. Steelers are up there. Ravens aren't too far behind.
Ravens are tied with the Steelers. They're tied with the Steelers.
I think they have one loss.
Texans, no. Texans stink.
Yeah,
Chargers, kind of.
No.
I'm pushing them up a little bit. I mean, what I'm saying, though, is like,
really,
if you look
right
at
now,
the
Steelers
Bills.
and the Bills.
I would say the Ravens.
And the
too.
Bills are favorites this weekend against the Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Probably should stick away from that, though. You always know the Chiefs just win those big games.
It's in Buffalo.
It is, but yeah, Buffalo needs to get healthy. That's what they need to get.
Yeah, their wide receivers are in brutal shape.
But it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter because when Josh Allen just runs all over them.
All right, should we?
Is this live?
Yeah, I mean it's taking forever to announce it.
Well, they got an hour to do.
They're gonna announce it for an hour.
Oh, probably 13 minutes. So is it the next game at 8 o'clock?
All right, we've got the college football playoff.
Live.
Instant reactions.
This is just the top 12 now?
Yep.
No, this is the top 25.
Oh, God.
That's why it's going to take so long.
Okay.
All right, so.
Anyways. Back
was...
to. Well, you got anything else for NFL?
No. Big matchup this week. Me and Chris, we're both fighting for the playoffs.
Yep. Currently, I'm on the outside looking in. Just knocking on that window.
Yeah, he's knocking on the door. Actually, I think you have a better percentage to make it than Paul.
We're tied.
Oh, are you?
62.
Nice.
62%.
Nice. Which is, yeah, I think I'm at, 65?
67.
67? Oh, give me that 5%.
I know. We'll see how much it is after this week, though.
Yeah, we'll see. Holy shit, it could go up. Yeah.
If you win this week, it'll go up to about
72. No, it'll go
higher.
up like 78.
78
yeah.
was the number in my head.
If I beat you and Paul loses, it'll go up a decent. I mean, it could go up in the 80s.
Might be in the 80s.
Yeah.
What do you think it will be? What do you think it'll be if you lose this week?
If I lose this week and Paul loses?
I mean,
Because here's the thing, if I lose and Paul wins, it'll be like 55.
that's not too much of a drop.
Well, you can't though, because we have the same record. You have more points, but my schedule, technically on paper, is way easier than yours. My last, no offense to people listening, I know you guys listen. Two of my 3 last weeks are against the 2 bottom teams.
Who's that?
I'm not saying names. If you're in our league, you know. No names are being said. I'm not trying to put that out there, but I'm just saying. You are guys who do listen to this.
That's
so
bad juju.
yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not saying names. So I'm just saying, I think that's why it probably won't drop a ton, but then it's
okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
I don't know. No bad juju. Who do you play? Do you play Paul? I want to play Paul.
I don't.
Oh.
I play Austin last week.
Who's the last 3 weeks for you? So week 12.
I played Lush
Rieger. See, this is what I'm saying.
Austin, and you. Lush, Austin.
Oh, so we both play Lush.
Lashon
And I played
Austin,
Charles.
Rieger,
And we both played Rieger.
You. Those are my four.
Okay.
matchups.
The Dogs. Man, Austin wins this league.
He's got a lot of buys that week.
Yeah, he probably won't even fill a roster.
That's okay. I'm fine with it.
He won't know how. Yeah, he probably doesn't want to because he won't.
We got to rest him for the playoffs.
He could drop half these bros on the bench.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll see. So,
Okay.
all right, we're currently at number 15.
Yep. We're getting there.
They're speaking
Slowly but surely.
Washington State 8-1. The boys
We keep winning.
definitely helps. Speed it up here a little bit.
It would be. I saw something. I can't remember who was saying it. The one kind of wrinkle that still could potentially happen is the Big 12 winner might not be in the playoffs if Army wins out.
Wait, what? They're not in the playoffs?
There's a possibility that they would not be in the playoffs if Army wins out.
I thought it was the Big Three.
What?
Like the Big 12 automatically makes
Well,
it.
it's just the highest ranked 5 conference champions.
Oh.
So everybody just assumes,
That's
okay,
those
you've
big
got the
conferences.
SEC, you've got the Big 10, you've got the ACC, and you've got the Big 12. Like those 4.
Mm-hmm.
Those 4 should have
Boise
their
State's 12?
champion in the playoffs.
Correct, they should. Yes,
And then you
100%.
find one other. But there's a case where Boise State is higher ranked than the Big 12 champion.
Yeah.
And Army, if they win out, they still have to play Notre Dame, but then they would win the American Conference. And there's a possibility that if they do that and move up, then they would be higher ranked than the Big 12 champion.
See that on the bottom left?
First team out, Georgia. Second team out, SMU. Okay. So Georgia has to win this week, otherwise it's looking pretty bleak.
So Army plays Notre Dame, and they.
Oh, so now we're going to do a full thing on Georgia, even though they're not even in the playoff? I mean, where does that put Ole Miss? Further down?
Wait, so if Army wins out, they'll be in the top 12, you think?
Potentially.
Yeah. This is Navy, so don't look at
Oh.
this. I was just looking because Navy plays Army the last game of the year, which actually will be a good
Yeah,
team.
Army's undefeated.
Yeah, but they're 25 right now. That's
Well-
a long way to jump.
Where's the highest Big 12 team? The rankings.
Ole Miss, number 11.
Ole Miss 11, huh? Huh. 13 seconds in. If that does not get booted, oh my gosh.
I wouldn't be surprised.
If they don't,
No, if they don't. Oh, BYU is the best one.
that's right.
And Colorado.
But if BYU loses
Yeah.
twice,
So you think.
because what's BYU? If they would have lost
They're
this last
undefeated.
week, number 9.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're moving on. But Colorado's also up there, too.
Colorado's 20 or
Yeah.
something, right?
18.
18. This is what I hate about
Utah.
this.
At Kansas, that's a tough game for Colorado. Kansas
Exactly.
is good. Ooh,
They
Alabama.
might lose to Utah too.
Alabama.
This is what I hate about watching these things live is it takes forever. Just show me the whole bracket.
Chris, they have to fill the time.
I know.
They
but
paid for a full segment.
holy crap.
It's all about the money. So Alabama's 10, Ole Miss. So that's 2 SEC schools.
Yeah. And the one that is an automatic qualifier.
Yeah. But that also is probably implying that Tennessee will be in here. Wow. So Miami's winning the ACC.
So why are we doing this where we're just jumping around?
So Miami's the 9th overall, they're saying, but winning the ACC, so they're the 4th.
Okay.
Is that what that's saying? Yeah, because
It
Smooth's
has
other
to be.
ACC, right?
It has to be. Seems like a weird way to announce it.
So how are you the 9th ranked? I don't know.
What?
So they're the 9th overall team, but since they won the ACC, they're 4. That's what that's saying?
They're the highest ACC team,
Yeah.
but they're the 4th highest ranked champion.
So they won the ACC.
Correct. They're the highest ranked ACC team, and they're higher ranked overall than Boise State. So that puts them at the bye spot.
Got
Then you got Notre Dame 8, Tennessee 7.
Wait, no, 9 and 8.
Oh,
9
sorry.
and
Overall rank 8 for Notre Dame, which puts them at 9 seed. 7 overall rank for Tennessee. 8.
So they're saying Tennessee beats Georgia this week.
No.
Yes.
This is just as of right now.
Oh, and who cares?
It's not projecting.
Oh, I thought this was projecting to say, based on current rankings?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I thought this was projecting it out.
BYU's up to 6. Number 3 overall seed.
Should have lost.
Number
last week.
3 seed, number 6 overall. That means we still have quite a bit of Big Ten action coming up here. Indiana is not said
I
yet.
bet you Indiana's 5.
They have to be.
Yeah, you gotta have Indiana 5, which means they'll be what?
They'll
7?
be playing.
Was it 7 versus 11?
They'd be 7, yeah.
But Ole Miss, oof, he rolled his ankle. Oh,
No, 7 plays 10. 6
7
plays
plays 10.
11.
Yeah, so 6 plays 11. Yeah, he rolled his ankle. He's done. He is done.
I mean, you cannot make that up.
He is. I mean, that was bad. He's also having a horrible game, so it's good for him.
I mean, hopefully, can you imagine if they redo that? That would be a lifesaver.
They probably won't though. Cause
All right, Indiana, number 5 overall,
Yep,
number 7 seed.
plays
So
Alabama.
they play Alabama,
Yep. Then you have still Ohio State,
Oregon,
Oregon,
Penn State,
Penn State.
which means that Oregon is going to be probably number 1,
So Oregon wins the Big Ten.
which would put the SEC champion, which currently
Texas.
is Texas at number 2.
So Oregon's 1, Texas 2,
Likely, not announced.
so like
quite yet.
Ohio State, Penn State. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, I think Oregon has shown that they're obviously the best team in the country. So
Yeah, they're undefeated, and
they beat Ohio State.
yes.
So yeah, there's Penn State.
So Penn State's 4 overall, 6 seed.
So they would play Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So these teams get the home field. Is that how it goes?
The better seed.
Yeah.
In the first round.
In the first round. Yeah.
Yeah. So in this scenario, Indiana would host Alabama.
Yeah.
Penn State would host Ole Miss. Tennessee would host Notre Dame, and then who did we say? So far left is Ohio State, Oregon, and Texas.
So Ohio State would probably be the 3 playing Boise State.
Okay, so Texas is number 3 overall and the 2 seed.
Oh wow! So they might have
So Ohio State's number 2
yeah
overall seed,
playing Boise State.
but they're the 5 seed. And then Oregon is the 1 overall seed.
Wow. I guess it's literally just right off the top here.
Yep.
But that's kind of crazy.
So the Big Ten has 4 of the top 5 overall teams.
Yeah.
This would put the first round matchups as Indiana hosting Alabama, Penn State hosting Ole Miss, Tennessee hosting Notre Dame, and Ohio State hosting Boise State.
Poor Boise State. I will say this. I know this is obviously based off of current projections. Ohio State plays Indiana still.
Yep.
So could be a big change.
Could be a shake up there.
No change. Obviously, whoever wins the Big Ten championship too will do a little bit of shake.
Yep.
So
So
there's
then
Oregon.
Ohio State, Boise State, winner of that would play Miami, who's the 4 seed. Notre Dame, Tennessee, winner of that plays Oregon. Then
There
you
it
got,
is.
who is that? Who is the next one?
For Texas
Who's the next one down?
on the left side.
Yeah.
So you got Ohio State,
Boise
Boise
State,
State,
Tennessee,
Ten-
Notre Dame,
Ole
Ole Miss, and
Penn State.
Ole Miss and Penn State. The winner of that
They
would
got
play,
Alabama, Indiana.
Well,
The winner of that will play BYU.
BYU.
Yep.
And then the winner of Alabama, Indiana would play Texas.
We'll play Texas.
Okay.
Dang. So whoever wins, if this is how it ended right here, Alabama, Indiana to then play BYU.
No, they would play Texas. It's Ole Miss and.
No, Ole Miss and them are up one. They play the 2 seed.
No, Texas is at the bottom.
Yeah.
Texas plays Alabama, Indiana. The winner of that.
Oh, it's Ole Miss versus Penn State.
Ole Miss, Penn State. They get to play BYU.
Oh,
that's
a
the
shit show.
That's the juicy one.
That's a walkthrough.
That's the spot that you want to be.
Yeah, for both of those teams.
Right.
I mean, that's a tough matchup for Indiana. I know they're very good. I mean, obviously this won't stay the same since they do play Ohio State. But,
Right.
I mean, if Ole Miss can have that walkthrough, so then in the semifinals play quote-unquote Texas, oh my God.
Yeah, it's looking pretty nice for whoever's in that 6-11 matchup currently. I mean, that's taking into account if Texas continues to win. Because the interesting thing is 4 out of the top 5 teams right now are in the Big Ten, right?
Yeah.
So you don't expect all of those teams to stay up that high.
Right.
So at some point there's going to be some shaking around, moving around.
Well, there has to be because 2 of the teams play each other.
But I think we can all agree that the teams that are in the little wings that play the winner of the Big 12 and the winner of the ACC, those are in a much better position than the ones that have to play the winner of the Big 10 and the SEC.
100%. The competition is just more elite. I mean, there's also a reason that 4 teams are from the Big 10 and there's 4 teams from the SEC.
Yeah,
It's just
right.
superior conferences.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that was live, but obviously, there, like you said, there will be some big time shakeup. 2 of the teams, Ohio State plays Indiana, so that will make move it a little bit.
Yep.
He's not out of bounds.
There you go.
Yeah, so there
Instant
it is. We'll see.
reactions.
Instant reactions, live. Yeah.
All right, we got 5 minutes to talk NBA. Most notable 2 things that you've seen in the NBA season so far.
The bad teams are really bad, and the good teams are, I mean, not even the good teams or the great teams, just like the average to above average teams are dominating the bad teams.
Yep.
I mean, we're what, 1 week in? And we have
National Blowout Association.
what is it?
National Blowout
NBA?
Association.
Yeah, it's bad.
NBA.
Yeah, it's very hard. I will say this too. I will say this. There's some games where it's very interesting to watch. I mean, I think it was last weekend that on Saturday or maybe it was Sunday. I mean, all the games were blowouts.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close. It wasn't even fun.
Uh-huh.
Not even from a gambling perspective. If you take gambling out, it's hard to watch.
Right.
Because it's like, dude.
Because these teams are just not even
I mean,
in the same stratosphere.
So, like, even right now, you look at this. So, the Magic, to let Day Live, and I know it's 1 game, are beating the Hornets by 30 points.
Right.
Like, you pay good money to go watch some of these teams.
All about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's the only player. But at some point, the hard part is, too, it's like...
The Magic don't have Boncaro either.
No, they scored 70 points, Chris. 70.
Yeah.
If in an NBA game, you don't score over...
Also...
What would you say, 90?
Okay, Charlotte has 70 with 6:39 left in the 4th quarter. In the game right next door to it, New York has 63 with 7:29 in the 3rd quarter. So,
I mean, I'll say this, and Philadelphia has 60. I think both teams will get to 70 by the end of this quarter. That's a fair assumption.
Yeah, but not even the end of the quarter, in the next 3 minutes. So it'll be 12 minutes of game time difference, and they'll still have about the same amount of points.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know where you came up with National Blowout Association, but that's pretty accurate. I mean, it's bad.
There you go.
I mean, it's bad, but, I mean, I would say that's probably the biggest thing. It's been very tough to watch early. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of supposed to be good teams that are not playing very well.
Yeah.
Bucks not playing very well. I know the Sixers have a lot of injuries, and Embiid is one. This is on Tuesday. It's his first game back. They're 2-7 also. So, I mean, I just think it's very interesting, and you look at it that way. I think the West, and like we've talked about preseason, the West is way more competitive than the East, just top to bottom.
Yep, but it always has been.
Oh, it always will be. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you really have 2 standout teams in the East, and then drops off
to 500
pretty quickly.
There's 2 teams above 500.
Yep.
And one of them's undefeated.
Right.
There's only technically the Spurs are 5-6. There's only 4 teams that are under 500 in the West.
Well, 4 teams.
Yeah, 4 teams.
Technically still counts.
That's what I'm saying. I said 4 teams.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
National Blowout Association. Huh? Nice, Chris.
There you
Get
go.
that on a shirt.
Yeah.
Get a shirt. That's
I feel like that's probably, if you Googled it, you could probably find that.
National Blowout Association.
Yeah.
What's your big one thing that you've recognized with the NBA?
Hate to see the significant injuries coming.
Yeah.
2-month injuries. Chet's down.
I'm not searching this on my computer. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you got guys just dropping left and right. Jimmy's out now, so hopefully the significant injuries stop.
Yeah.
Soon.
Well, and like we talked about off there,
KD's out.
KD's out. I mean, that's what's crazy though. The hard part is with a lot of these guys and some of those guys, Banchero's out. A lot of these guys that have played, like KD never really got a break. He played in the Olympics, and now you're playing him 40 minutes a game.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys, it's like, you gotta chill.
Uh-huh.
I know you want to start off the season, you're 8-2, but you gotta give some, like, this guy's body's gotta rest.
I mean, 8-2, you should be able to play some other guys a few minutes
More, yeah. I'm not saying those games are all very close, but,
Yeah.
but I do think it is crazy. I mean, just looking at this right now, there is 4 teams in the East that have a positive point differential. There's 5 teams in the West that have a negative point differential, and 2 of those teams are below 1 total point. So the Lakers have negative 0.3, and the Spurs have negative 0.1.
Yeah.
That is insane to me. But, like you said, these injuries will play a huge part. Look at the Sixers. You have one of your best players never going to play a back-to-back. Maxi's hurt. Like, I mean, I don't know. You can't lose too many games. I know it's a long season, but, like...
Not starting strong.
Yeah, you can't. You got to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like what did we say last year when we talked about the Celtics? I mean, they had won 50 games before a blink of the eye, and it was like, all right, they're already clinched the playoffs. They can chill
Right.
if they wanted to.
Yep.
Cleveland's already won 12 games.
Yeah.
You're on good pace.
They are on a very good pace.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, it is tough to watch the injuries. It is very tough because you obviously want to see the best players play,
Mm-hmm.
and so you hope nothing significant happens. But yeah, see what happens. I mean, even Timberwolves a little bit slower start, but it'll start to even itself out.
A little bit slower start is right. They keep losing games at the end. Who's the one player that you think has been playing far better than expectations? So not just like who's playing the best,
Yeah.
but compared to expectations, who do you think is playing far better than the expectations people had for them going into the year?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm actually going to go Houston Rockets, Jalen Green.
Really? That is so random.
It is random, but I'm not taking the low-hanging fruit. I took the low-hanging fruit last week.
Random.
He's probably their best overall scorer, pure just scoring-wise.
Okay.
And they're also playing a lot better. I was going to say his buddy Sengun because I do love that guy. He does everything for that team.
Yeah.
But I think of the Rockets team, I mean, they have a young team. They're putting together a good start so far. So, yeah, I'll take Jalen Green.
Okay. Solid.
Who would you say is exceeding your expectations, Chris? It's a tough question because you want to take the low-hanging fruit. Don't.
Well, I don't know who the low-hanging fruit would be because
Jason Tatum is low-hanging fruit.
I mean, the expectations for him are very high.
And he's very high, yes.
The expectations for Jokic, very high. He's still leading the league in points, rebounds, and assists.
Which he will, yeah. Is he points?
No.
Yeah.
Not
he's
points,
more
but he's
assist
up there.
Rebounds, yeah.
But he's leading
I mean,
the league
he's
in
like
rebounds and
triple-doubles.
he's leading the league in assists. So, and his points are not too far behind. So that's up there, but his expectations are also very high.
Yeah.
I'll go with. Let's see here. I will go with. I'm gonna go with LaMelo Ball.
Oh, God.
He's been balling.
Yeah. That's his last name.
He
He has to. That team stinks.
They stink, but
He's like one of the few guys that's like, dog, you need him to score.
they're almost 500. They haven't even sniffed the play in the last couple games, the last couple years.
Oh.
And
Well, he got hurt last year. Didn't
he got hurt the year before too.
Yeah, so if he
So
gets
they got it. They're in the 8th spot right now. I know it's early, but they've still won 4 games, and he's scoring dang near 30 points a game.
Has to, 100%.
I wonder what he is.
I also will say another player that's
He's
balling
up there.
on a really bad team is RJ Barrett is playing at a very high level for the Raptors.
He's had to for the injuries.
That's what I'm saying. He's very
29.4 points.
Yeah. How many assists,
6.2
rebounds?
assists.
Oh, yeah, assists. 6.2.
Rebounds 4.9.
Yeah. And he gets a few steals, too.
1.5 steals.
He's a good player. He just has to stay healthy. I mean, I will say this. The biggest thing for them is obviously health, but they just don't have anybody else. Like, Brandon Miller is a pretty good player.
Miller's
but
got to bump up a bit.
Yeah, but he's just not consistently there.
Right.
I will say LaMelo Ball is very fun to watch because he looks like he doesn't care.
He launches threes.
And he has the weirdest looking shot, but it goes in.
Yeah, he has 6 threes tonight.
Oh. Okay. What are they ranked? What are they?
They're number 8.
Oh, yeah, the Hornets, yeah.
There
Their
you go.
over-under was probably 13.
13
Oh,
wins?
yeah.
No. Higher.
Maybe.
Detroit won like 21 last year, and that was bad. They were down there at the bottom.
Yeah, they just need people to. I mean, they need to give him some help.
Oh, of course, he goes back in now.
Oh yeah. He's been in for a little bit.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they just gotta stay healthy. Health is the big thing. We just talked about injuries, so
Yep.
see what happens.
Okay. There you go. That's all I got for you.
That's all it is.
Well, episode. I don't even know which episode this is, but
We are rolling through 'em. Maybe episode.
this week's episode
is brought to you by us, and yeah, have a good one.
Wrap
it up.
Later.
Peace. I mean, this is also the thing with the fucking 76ers that's so annoying. It's like, so if Embiid's out, and oh god, if Embiid is out, Paul George catches the ball, and he is going to shoot the ball every. Oh, dude, he's going to shoot the ball every single time he gets the ball.
Yeah.
We're doing this interview again too. What do you think it says?
Against the Clippers, Paul George was literally catching it. Oh shit!
He tried.
Yeah, he did. That was one line that I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." 9.5 points for McCain. He just scored 27 last game.
How many does he have this game?
Probably around 9.
7,
He's got 7 at the line though.
8. So he made his first one. This is 1 of 2. So he'll have 9 after this if he makes this second free throw. Damn, this game's close. Derek White, Jalen Brown 31, Derek White 32, 31. Jesus, Derek White. Probably a player you could have said too. He's balling too.
John Johnson. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, that's
20,
good. 36.
He's 1
D. Daniels.
D. Daniels.
Jeez.
4 assists was his line. That was a popular pick.
Jalen Johnson just made it.
Alright, there you go. This is over.
Yeah. See, this is the hard part. Like, how long do these? I mean, they scored 79 points. LaMelo Ball is still playing though.
Good. Well, we probably want to send him on now.
He probably would be subbed up. No.
Why is he in the game though? Can't risk that.
I think all their starters were. This is the problem. Brandon Miller, 2 of 14.
Yeah, like he was shooting them.
T. Saloon,
That was their rookie.
0 of 5. Negative 26.
Jesus, 4 fucking points for Bronson. That's just so tough.
Negative 26. Gross. That's
Plus
Saloon
minus.
plus minus.
Oofda.
That's horrible.
How's our boy Haywood do?
Let's see. Come on. 7. He needs 1 more bucket.
Oh shit!
If he plays, if he gets in the game and plays.
There's 4 minutes left.
5 minutes left. He should get subbed in right here. Do the last sub. Could you imagine if that hits?
That would be a miraculous hit.
Sisurkin has 21 saves. I think that hit. Damn, he got 4 goals too.
21?
Was it 20 and a half?
Maybe.
Brunson with a bucket.
Okay. Not dead yet. Shesterkin is 23.5
Oh shit.
with 12 minutes left.
Yeah. I mean, if he gives up another goal, though, he might be canned.